we are back to our board. Basically, we have covered HTML and CSS now, and it's high time or exciting time to get into something really interesting, which is JavaScript. I think it's a name that we hear, at least I hear everywhere. And I think when you go to coding tutorials in any channel, JavaScript is like always almost there. But yeah, what I'm going to discuss is what I've understood about JavaScript. So basically, for example, this is our page, right? Now it has certain elements to it, right? For instance, there's an image, then there's a button, another button. All right, there is some text here, all right, and then there is a form here, right? Um, which has a few fields, right? And then a button maybe, right? And then yeah, there is let's say some animation going on here, right? So what happens, for example, if I hover on this image? Can hovering on this image change the text here? Let's say if I click on this button, does it trigger some kind of pop-up? Or let's say if I click on this button, does it automatically take me, let's say, to a section down below, right? Does it take me somewhere else, right? Or let's say if I click on this submit button, does it where does this information that I have typed go, right? So does it go to some sort of database, right? So all these interactions that make a website, which define the logic, make elements talk to each other, change what happens on the screen, is defined by JavaScript. Now sometimes they are on the screen itself, so something like getting this pop-up out when I click on this button, right? Or changing the color, all right, when like changing the color when I do something on the website. Those are, front-end actions that JavaScript can take care of for you. But there are also back-end actions. So something like this, like when you submit a form, where does this information go, right? That is also defined by JavaScript, right? I think from the front-end perspective, we'll try to cover front-end actions only, but maybe we'll just go. What I was thinking is I'll go through the JavaScript language as it is. So we have the principles with us if and ever we go to backend as well, right? So that's the idea. Let's see an example, right? So I'll create a new folder. We'll call it JS. Oh, it's inside this. Let's create a new folder and we'll call it JS Learning. Inside JS Learning, I'll create a file index.html, right? So I'm gonna take these off, right? And we are going to type something. Let's say we create a HTML file and in our body we say h1, this is my page for JavaScript, right? Now if I go to this page, copy path, so if I go to this page, this is how it looks, right? Great. How do you write JavaScript code? All right, so let's say we add a script tag here and we say alert, this is a JavaScript alert, all right, and yeah, semicolon is important. So now if I reload the page, Before the page gets reloaded, it reads the JavaScript and throws this alert. This is a JavaScript alert. Okay. What if I take this script tag and paste it at the bottom of my body, right? This is a JavaScript alert. Still throws that same thing. Copy path. Okay. I think it was supposed to load the page first, and it will show the, again, let's see the difference. If I paste it here and save it, this is a JavaScript alert. If I paste it at the bottom of my body, still does the same thing actually. Maybe there's a difference that I didn't catch. I'll have to look it up. Apparently the difference is that so the difference is if you keep it here before the body content is read, it executes the logic, and if you keep it here, so it loads the page first and then executes the logic. I'm guessing because it's an alert we are not able to see it, but there will be certain use cases which we want that the script reads only after the page is entirely loaded, not before, right? So yeah, you can do this. There is another way to do it. So you can technically, just like we do with CSS, you can say that, hey, refer to a script. Actually, you can place this here as well. We'll do that. You refer to a script which is called script.js. All right, and save it. Now I'll create another file here, which I'll call script.js, right? And here I will say that alert, this is a JavaScript alert from an external file, right? And I'll save it. Now if I reload, it will say this is a JavaScript alert from an external file. So what it is doing is it's basically going to index.html. It's reading everything and then going to script src and fetching this file from here and reading this text. All right. There is another way to use like JavaScript, but from a local browser setup. If you go to inspect and you open console, it opens a JavaScript editor. You can kind of say alert, this is an alert from a browser console. But you can't write multiple codes, multiple lines, I guess. You can type one by one and it does the job. If you write console.log, hey, this is Sid from browser, then it prints it in the console itself. In fact, you can go here and say, instead of this, you can say console.log, this is Sid from VS Code, right? Semicolon. This is Sid from VS Code, right? So yeah, these are three ways that you can put in JavaScript, but obviously we want persistent code, so which is part of script.js. This is what I'll do. I'll keep my JavaScript away from my HTML, and console.log will be like used for testing, or like if I want to test a particular line or something, right? So yeah, that's it for JavaScript. Hope you liked the video, and from now on we'll be discussing in more detail about what variables are, what are functions, and what is object-oriented programming and all of that. I guess that's it for the video.